glasses up. Let's make a toast to
Success and nothing less. Yes, sir. Oh, it's good every time. Oh, I'm just a little elf here in my stone-walled kitchen, sewing my Halloween costumes for the spooky season while sipping some Snoop Dogg wine. Greetings, loved ones, and welcome back to another So Drunk. I cannot believe it has been this long since I filmed one of these. I have not filmed one since March of 2021, so it's been about a year and a half since the last episode on my YouTube channel. I was filming some of these for my Patreon and doing So High, and I'm on a big break from smoking weed, so I'm not filming any of those for Patreon anymore. And I was doing some So Drunk episodes as well on my Twitch channel, and it was kind of fun doing it live because then people could actually critique me in real time and be like, girl, that is the wrong thread. So that was nice, and I tried some funky different methods for these videos, but alas, I return to you here on YouTube because I am just very excited to share this with you. I have had this idea for these Halloween costumes for Finley and I for probably 2 years, and we just kept putting it off and being like, oh, we'll be it next year, you know? And then this year I just texted him while he was at work and I said, hey, we're being Toad and Toadette. Okay, so that is what we're doing in this video. Is I'm dressed in my little midi cloak. It's just like a short little cloak, and I have my festive autumn mushroom earrings on and a nice little pumpkin setup. These mice are riding pumpkins. They're cowboy mice. I mean, everything's coming together perfectly to plan. And I broke out the old sewing machine, and I'm gonna join you with my Snoop Dogg wine and sip it while I make our Halloween costumes for 2022. Woo! I have been trying to crush this first glass of wine off camera because I was really discouraged to do these costumes. Because with any sewing project, you're just scared that you're gonna fuck it up. And then the money that you spent on fabric and thread just goes right out the window, or you don't have a costume. But you know, knock on wood, we will not be doing that this year, okay? Let me just backtrack really quickly, okay? The reason we wanna be Toad and Toadette is because we play a lot of Mario games. Mario Kart, Mario Party, Luigi's Mansion. I mean, I just have so many fond memories of playing games as Toad and Toadette with Finley and I, so we decided that that's why we want to be them this year. And I clearly already have a mushroom fascination. I think most of you know this about me, and so it just made a lot of sense to wear mushroom hats, do the whole thing. So let's break down the outfits really quickly. So Toad, who I'm gonna start with first because I have less to lose with Finley's costume. Because he actually already has a lot of his pieces. So let's start from the bottom. He's wearing brown boots. Finley already has a pair of brown boots he wears almost every day, so he's gonna wear those. He also has a pair of white pants, so he's gonna wear those. And then Toad doesn't wear a shirt, he just wears a blue vest with like a thin gold yellowish line around it. My hood's fallen off. We're just gonna decloak ourselves, okay? It's getting hot in here anyways. And then the hat. We already have a mushroom hat, which is right over here. Let me grab it for you. One of my Twitch viewers sent this to my P.O. box when my P.O. box was still open, but it's from Wicked Hippie. I always get questions about where this mushroom hat is from. We are obsessed with it. And I know, you might be looking at the Toad picture and saying, hey, Megan, he is wearing a white mushroom hat with red spots, and this is a red mushroom hat with white spots. But why make a new hat when we have a perfectly good mushroom hat right here that does have those same two colors on them? You know, it just works. So Finley requested actually to wear this, and it significantly helps me in my sewing process today. So I really just have to make him the vest. But my costume, on the other hand, for Toadette, she has a very elaborate costume. So let's start with her shoes. I also am going to be wearing brown boots, and then she is wearing some sort of white bloomer pant tights. I don't know. So I'm just gonna wear like white knee-high socks, and then I'll have on my pink dress, which I just cut the fabric for, and I modeled it after one of my favorite short tank top dresses. And that's what I really am a little bit worried about today, but it's gonna go okay. And then I wear a hot pink vest with gold lining on it as well. And then my hat is what I have never done before. I've never sewn, well, I have sewn some dog toys, done some repairs on dog toys for my pets, but I have never done like an elaborate kind of poly-filled hat with stuffing in different sections to it. And when I first got the idea for this costume, I was thinking that I would put my braids, my pigtail braids, inside of them, but then I was like, I would have to leave open holes for it or sew it around my hair or pin it closed around my hair or something. So I'm probably just gonna like put my hair up and then just wear the hat. So this is all to say that this is going to be an elaborate sew drunk today. So I'm just gonna keep sipping the wine, start sewing. I broke out my sewing machine from storage and it took me like 20 minutes to find because it was in the most inconvenient location in the basement. So this is going to be worth it for me, okay? You quote me there. The last time I made Halloween costumes for us, it was 2019, it was pre-pandemic. Quite honestly, I have not had Halloween plans since. And, you know, I've done little things with friends in the past, but nothing too crazy. And this year, the reason why I kind of want to have a lot of fun with our costumes is because we're going to my sister-in-law's house in Richmond, and she lives in a neighborhood where she can hand out candy to kids. And so she invited us over with some of her friends. We're just gonna hang out and hand out candy, and I really want to go as Toad and Toadette specifically to this because my sister-in-law and her husband are big video game players like us. So it's gonna be great. Let's start on these seams. So this is the little blue toad vest, and I need to not fuck this up. The fabric seam is already right here folded, so I'm actually gonna flip it the other way to sew it so that if I do anything ugly, I can just twist it inside out. I'm so nervous. You know, this is why we do Sew Drunk, is because the wine gets me less nervous and more like, I don't give a shit if it looks good. I just want to try my best. I'm actually gonna start by sewing the sides closed. I got too skinny a fabric for fucking sure, but it's whatever. It is what it is. I need to say this. I have not used my sewing machine in at least 9 months. I don't even remember the last time, honestly, so. Muscle memory, am I right? Hopefully it'll just come back to me. So far, so good. I am realizing I did not mark off where I want to stop. Let's just mark off like where we want the armhole to originate. And I also have to keep in mind that Finley has thicker shoulders than me, so I need to make it bigger on his. That's good. Let's stop there. This is the best I've done in the quickest amount of time in the history of Sew Drunk. Come on now. It's gonna be really skinty on him, but like, that's all right. I need to finish. Oh, fruit fly up till them? Shit. I gotta get the spoon. Ruining my wine. Bastards got to it already. I don't care if I gotta stay up until 2 a.m. getting these costumes right. They will be right. All right, let's do the seams around the armholes now. I also have to say I am exhausted. I don't know if you can tell by just the way that I look, my face, my eyes. I am so tired today just because I did a Halloween Zumba class, which was really fantastic. And I didn't think it would be the amount of a turnout as it was, but my new gym is fucking popping, brother. I'm loving it. And I normally take classes on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays. So today is 2 days before Halloween. Yes, I am making these costumes 2 days before and gonna upload this on Halloween for you. And my instructor was like, yeah, on Saturday we're gonna have like a themed class. So come in a costume. And I was like, I don't have my costume yet. So I just dressed as a candy corn, and I really didn't know what was in store for me, but there was 7 instructors. So they each taught like 2 to 3 songs, and it was an hour and 45 minutes. That's how long the class was. Normally I go to Zumba for an hour, so I'm just so tired today. But I had a little caffeine before this. I'm having my wine, but the wine's gonna make me sleepy. I'm gonna keep on trucking, brother. We're only on the first stitch. I mean, come on, I can't talk about being tired now. Push it real good. It's going down. I'm yelling timber. I just sounded like Nickelback for a second there instead of Kesha. Timber. Back it up. Oh. Wind it up. Oh. Yodelay, yodelay, yodelo. This is the stitch that makes me wind up when the needle goes in. I really got to. I don't know how to finish that. I was gonna say strut, but I'm not going anywhere. I'm sitting. Wow, oh my God, I'm doing so good. I'm literally shocked. I don't wanna jinx it. I mean, shit, I'm kind of slaying. Here comes Toad. It's going really well. I've done 2 stitches so far, but like, it's looking incredible.
Wow, 2 stitches?
No, I mean like 2 sections. Look at that, that's pretty good.
That's fantastic.
And then this? Are you kidding? You can't even see the seam. It looks gorgeous.
Wow.
And then I'm gonna flip it around here so it looks like not, you know, frayed. When I did our Tarzan and Jane costumes, I left a lot of frayed edges. And granted, like, they are kind of like barbarian-like, so it was like, they live in the woods. It doesn't need to be perfect. But Toad and Toadette, they're an exquisite couple. They're part of the upper echelon, you know, of the Mario world. And they need...
Finer edges.
Yeah, finer edges.
Sweet.
Did you come down to get a donut?
No, I'm just checking it out to see how you're doing.
I'm doing amazing, sweetie. Love you. Every time I film these, I'm like, why am I not listening to music? Because then I have to come up with stuff to talk to you about. I mean, that's the whole substance of the video, is me talking to you while I'm sewing drunk. So, I mean, I get it, but at the same time, I'm like, shitterous, man. I really wish I could put on a damn tune right now or two. That's actually what I did in my So High video that I put on my Patreon, is I was like, listening to music and smoking a bowl and living my best life, but I'm anti-marijuana now. I'm part of DARE. Oh, that would be hilarious. I'm doing my focus face again, aren't I? Whenever I go like this, you know I'm really, really focused on the project. Finishing up my armpits. Gotta leave a lot of room for my husband's armpits. The reason I'm genuinely shocked at my performance tonight is because I normally, by now, have done something horribly wrong with like my bobbin, or my needle comes unthreaded and I don't recognize what's going on until I've like gathered all of my thread in one place. Maybe some time off did me good. Get a load of that. Get a look-sees at that stitch work. My new camera quality is pretty incredible, so I really hope that it picked up on at least a little bit of that. Well, the thread did get a little like, whoop, like a little quirky, a little wavy and out of line. Like, she's not straight, but are any of us, you know? I like it how it is, and I'm gonna keep it that way. I really don't want any fruit flies to get in my beverage. What is it that fancy people do with their wine? Like, they put a coaster on top of it to let the waiter know that they're still drinking it and they don't want it to be cleared. I need to do that to let the fruit flies know that I'm not interested. I would like to make an announcement. I don't know why I didn't say this at the beginning of the video when I first introduced them, but this is Bernice and Patrice, also known as Lucinda Limon and Maurice. This is me, Maurice, and I got two little braids and really cute hat on and fancy boots, and this is Lucinda Limon, my sister. She's holding a lasso. She sent these to me. Cowboy mice. I mean, I just can't get enough. So they're currently riding the pumpkins into the darkness of the night, and I'm obsessed with that. So they're actually the stars of the show, not me. Let's get back to business. It's looking pretty skinty. Like, I'm a little worried when he tries it on that I don't even want to say it. Don't be insecure, girl. You got it. No, that looks just as gorgeous as the other side. I slayed, honestly. It's giving Toad. Wow. Give me everything tonight. You know, I'm gonna say it right here. I love Pitbull, and I don't think anybody can judge me for that. He's kind of an icon. Glad I got that off my chest. Gorgeous work. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Can't get enough. I don't want the fruit flies to get the wrong idea that I'm saying, delish. I'm not. Hopefully none of them are in here right now. 11 p.m. already? Shit. I can do it. Always give yourself positive affirmations while you're doing a project of this caliber, okay? You are doing amazing. As long as you can work the machine, I mean, that's a feat in itself. You know you make me feel so shittery. My Walmart vest is coming along beautifully. Armhole stitches, slayed on both sides. Whoops. Doesn't fit a man. It would fit maybe Rue or a teensy tiny toddler. Show them the back. This is what I've been trying to do to make it fit him. Cut it down the back. I just got way too little fabric. I should have doubled the fabric to make Finley's, but for some reason I was just like, yeah, it's fine if I model it after the vest, my vest, it's gonna be totally fine. But no matter how much I cut it, it's just not enough fabric. Turn around to the front again. It's just not enough fabric to cover here, you know? And I mean, he could wear it for like a photo, but it looks really weird. Well, at least I practiced my stitches for 45 minutes on that. Well, practice round. Hey, what's up? Hello. It's been 2 hours and my camera died. Oh no. And in that time, I had some stark realizations. I did so much insane and amazing work on that vest for Finley. and then it didn't even fit him. And it was horrible. And you saw it on him. I mean, I don't really need to explain further than that, but I think I'm just gonna have him wear the vest that I cut the pattern from. And you know, that's navy blue. It's a little more plaid. It's definitely not a Toad vest. You get the gist, you know, it's like, okay, you're wearing a vest and you're wearing a hat and it's not the same colors as Toad, but like you're doing a DIY thing. And that's gonna be his costume. I am now just solely focusing on making my costume an absolute slay. So while you were charging, I just sewed my vest, and I think it came out pretty well, except for the fact that it is looking a little bit tattered around the edges. I just have to admit to you, I have downed 3 glasses since starting this video and things are getting a little blurry. It's currently 1:12 in the morning. I started filming this at around 10:15-ish. So there was hours in between me starting this video and you seeing this vest. And I just figured, you know, you don't really need to see me sewing it because you just saw me do the blue one and I was really jazzed about the blue one. And that's fine, but you saw me do those stitches and everything, and so you get the kind of idea. Yeah, I'm wearing a vest. I just didn't buy enough fabric for it to come over the boob. The shoulders are kind of up high and I don't really know how that happened, but then I added the yellow fabric around it and I was a little buzzed. I would actually use the word fucked up. I would. And I didn't really realize until later that I should have folded the fabric in a certain way to make it not look like this around the edges, but it's fine. So this was hard. It was hard and it was difficult and it took me hours to do, and I did it all off camera and I'm showing it to you now and I'm just saying this is what it is. Take me as is, okay? I also changed my pants. I changed into sweatpants because I needed to get more comfortable. I took off my mini little cloak thing because it was interfering with my try-on portions of this. There's just a lot that has happened. How the hell am I supposed to thread my bobbin? What happened to this little stick that was here before? I used to put the thread here and I'll put it around here, wrap it around my bobbin, thread the bobbin. I'm wondering where that went. It must have broken off when this was transported across the country. Lord knows where it is. And so I just, I hand threaded my bobbin, which I don't even know if that's a thing, but I did it and I attempted it. And so far so good, the bobbin is still threaded. But I'm looking at it and I'm like, that is not enough thread that I put on that bobbin to make it through this entire dress. So that's the note we're starting off on right now. Lord knows it's getting late and I don't know what's going on, but I'm trying my damn hardest. I have 1 glass of wine left, by the way. And I'm wondering if I should have that now or if I should wait. I think I should wait. Things are getting a bit absurd for me. I think that we need to kind of pump the brakes. Don't forget to drink the water while you're drinking the wine. That's what Jesus always said. We're gonna start on the dress now. Wish me the best of luck. Gorgeous. I've done it. Whenever I film these videos, I'm always like, shouldn't the camera be closer so you guys can see up close and personal to my machine? But then I'm a little scared to do that because then you can see all my mistakes more clearly. Rather than from afar, you're just seeing me just behind the machine doing God knows what. How many of you know how to use a sewing machine? Leave me a comment down below, because this shit is hard. But when you believe, you achieve. And that's what I'm doing today, is I'm believing in myself. I've done the 2 little sleeves. You know, when I first looked at this dress, I said, this is gonna be incredibly daunting. If I can do it well, I can actually wear it more often than just on Halloween. Because I do love a baby pink number. Wait, it's giving nursing scrubs. That's fine. It's giving the hospital gown. This is gonna be beautiful as long as I can last with my bobbin. Feeling good about the hand-threaded bobbin so far. I really don't know what happened to this fucking stick. It's supposed to be a stick here, okay? That's all I'm saying. This is what they call streamlined, okay? I already can sense the comments being like, why don't you use pins? I haven't had a good experience using pins, so I just do the pinch and pull. Pinch, pull, and hope for the best. That's my method. She's looking good. All this for one day? Yes. Homemade costumes are the fun costumes. Anybody who tells you different is lying. Well, thrifted costumes are pretty fun too, but making something from scratch, I mean, shit. That's some beautiful. I did it, I slayed it, I loved it. I just have to see if this even works. This is certainly not a good sign. Oh God. Oh no, I'm gonna have to cut it off me. What happened here? Why did it, look at my boobs. What's happening? Oh no. What did I do wrong, Mom? I pancaked my boobs. Do I have to cut out my armpits? I gotta go look in a mirror. This viewfinder isn't doing enough. Doing too much, actually. Okay, so first things first. You saw the dress on me. It was horrible. And I brought it upstairs and Finley and I laughed about it for a really, really long time. And then I had him rip it off of me. And then I laid it on the floor upstairs and I cut the armpits lower because the armpits being so tight is what tightened it across my chest so much. So that was a little confusing, but we dealt with it and it's better now. I'm just gonna make the seams less raw and prettier. And that's what I plan to do for the rest of the night. But I have one single glass of wine left and it's 1:50 in the morning. So I figure let's just, oh, that's a girthy glass. We're just gonna finish her off, okay? And we're gonna finish this dress and we're gonna go to bed. And then tomorrow, when I'm sober, that's when I'm gonna make the hat. This is just one of those costumes where it's like the fabric that I bought, it's colorful and it's nice and it's giving the look and the body of Toadette. But nobody's gonna know I'm Toadette unless I have the hat. So tomorrow, I'll make the hat. I just don't have it in me tonight. If I rush it, it's not gonna look good. So just doing it tomorrow is a better idea for me. And tonight we will finish the dress and the vest, which is great. That's like most of my ensemble. So yeah, brothers, let's get back into these stitches. Every time I sew, I just think, my home ec teacher could see me now, she would be so proud of me. Actually, would she? Would she be proud that I'm drinking online and filming myself sewing? I don't know. I'd like to think that Miss Phillips would be proud of me. My bobbin needs to be hand threaded again and like a lot now because I really ran out and I have so many more stitches to do. I need to turn off the camera. Threading my bobbin by hand. It worked out in the past, so I just have to do that same thing again. Okay, I did it and I recloaked myself and I'm ready. I did do one armpit after I rethreaded the bobbin off camera. I'm doing a couple of things off camera tonight and I was about to do the second armpit off camera and I'm like, I'm literally filming a video. Like, can we just film it? Thanks. Sometimes my brain, I swear. Also, when I'm not filming, I'm listening to Glennon Doyle's podcast. And I read her book last year, and I know that, you know, some people thought that Untamed was a little bit cringy in some ways. I don't know, the cover was horrible. I hated the cover art, but I loved the actual material inside of the book. And I really like the guests that she has on her podcast. And her wife are great, so I just like listening to them. And I'm listening to one currently on how to set and hold boundaries. This has been a very relevant topic in my life lately. I've always been a boundary bitch, but as of recently, I've just been very interested in learning more about how to set and hold them in my own life. I'm getting like randomly just really serious in this video. I think I talked about this in my 25 lessons I learned at 25 video, but that was a huge lesson for me in the past year or so. It was just like learning how to set and hold boundaries no matter who to. Is that proper English? Basically what I'm trying to say is like not holding back just because of whoever I'm speaking to and being like, oh, how are they gonna think about this? It's like boundaries are for you and you just need to voice those to people regardless of who they are. So that's what I'm learning in this podcast episode today. Let's check the damage, Bobby. Pretty, pretty, pretty. Now we'll finish the other side of the armpit and then we just have to do the neck and then like I can go to bed. I'm not trying to rush this video, by the way. I'm really exhausted today. Other than the Zumba thing I was telling you about. We also went and we had like a pumpkin patch day and we were in the corn maze for like almost an hour. It was like 45 minutes we finished it in. It was a great day, but I just spent a lot of the time in the sun and throwing back the wine and staying up till 2 a.m. I don't even remember the last time I stayed up until 2, honestly. Like I've been going to bed at like 11:30 or 12 most nights, which is shocking. But it's Halloween weekend, you know, I'm getting wild and crazy. This is my insane Saturday night. Every time I drink red wine, I get really insecure that my teeth are gonna turn purple. So are they? I think they're fine. I have a lot left. What are you guys being for Halloween? Leave me a comment down below. I would love to know if you're dressing up or if you're not dressing up, what your Halloween plans are, or if you don't celebrate Halloween, let me know. I just want to know all about your life because you know so much about mine. That's me every time I meet a subscriber in real life or we hang out or something like that for the first time. I'm like, so tell me a lot about you. Not a little, a lot. Because if you watch my videos, you know a lot about me. Beautiful seam. Come take a look. Do you like it? Great. Mouse approved. Don't worry, everybody. Remy approved it. Oh, I'm so sorry. That's Lucinda Limon, not Remy. Are any of you playing Disney Dreamlight Valley? Please let me know, because I'm thinking I'm gonna start it next week. And I'll be thrilled when I do that. Oh my god, I forgot I need to do the bottom. I don't even just have to do the neck, I have to do the bottom. How fast do you think we can do it? I don't want to do a speed racer. I just want it to look nice. Don't worry about me, darling. Don't worry, darling. Y'all seen that movie? I liked it. I thought it was good. I'm sorry, I don't know what's happening anymore. I don't even know. I'm off script. There is no script, actually, for these videos. That's why I say the darndest things. Can you all comment down below, apart from what you're being for Halloween, what your favorite album of the year so far has been? I'm anticipating SZA's album to be my favorite of the year, but that's if she releases it this year. But she did say that it's on the way. Oh, you know what's my favorite album of the year? The new Sir Woman album. So if you guys have been watching me for a lot of years, you know that I love Wild Child. They didn't break up, but they just started doing like separate music. Kelsey, the female lead in Wild Child, she is now going by Sir Woman, touring, making music, and she has her debut album out, and it is fucking incredible. So I'm gonna link that down below, honestly, because it is so good. Her vocals are amazing. And if you guys remember, I filmed a pizza talk with them in 2015, I think, when I was living in LA, which is crazy to say. By the way, I see all of your comments about wanting me to bring back pizza talk, and I feel it, and I hear you. But I just don't have that many people who can be on the show. I don't know who my next guest will be. It's very rare that I do a collab, and that was like such a collaborative series when I was living in LA, and now it's like, I don't know a single YouTuber who lives in Virginia right now. That's just my life. The bottom of this dress is a little fucked in some places, but that's fine. There's some areas where it's just like, that's not cute, you know? It is what it is. Now we do the neck, and then Miss Dress is done. I still have a lot of wine. When I go at a fast rate on the sewing machine, I feel like a god. I can feel this running through my veins. So sorry to future me watching this back in editing and just being like, what is this fucking 3.5 hours of footage that I have to sift through? I can't believe I sewed that whole vest for Finley and it doesn't even fit him. That was my biggest flop of this video. And I would say that it taught me better skills for my vest, but my vest looks insane. And I think we can all agree on that. Why is it giving Xenon the sequel? Maybe I could be Xenon if all else fails. Oh my god, guys. I'm just running out of things to tell you about, so I'm gonna tell you about this. I could be speaking too soon, but I think I made a friend at Zumba today, which would be really incredible for me because she's totally in all of my classes. We just happened to be positioned next to each other today. She talked to me first, but I was just shocked. Like, she said something to me and I was like, this is a sign. I should really run with this. So I introduced myself to her at the end of class. It would really be a friendship if we hung out outside of class. So maybe I'll let you know if that ever happens. But it's really a thrill because I've been talking, at least on Twitch, about wanting to make friends in Zumba for a very long time because I felt like when I lived in Oregon, like I went to this class 2 times a week and I loved the people who came to that class, but I never took any of those connections. Granted, most of them were moms, but there was some young girls in the class, not like toddlers, but you know, my age in their 20s and stuff. And I really, really feel as I get later and later into my 20s, later and later being me mid-20s at age 25, I just feel like, you know, if it's hard to make friends, it's like at least you have that one thing in common, so you should keep that thread and hold on to it. So I think it's great to make friends who do the same activities as you, whether it's rock climbing or Zumba or, you know, synchronized swimming or whatever the hell you do, I don't know. So that's my tip of the day. Let's cut these threads, try it on, and go to bed. I do know now why people do double threads or double stitches to go around collars of clothes and things like that. Like, this is what I'm talking about by a double stitch. 1 stitch, 2 stitch. It's so that it doesn't like fold if it was just 1. And this is what I mean by folding. I only did 1 stitch, and you can tell because it flips and folds in one area. But if you were to stitch this second part down, it would hold better. But I don't want to do that. I want to cut corners, okay? I'm gonna try this on. This is the dress. It's very cute. I wish I added pockets. She's kind of slaying, honestly. The only thing that is pissing me off is the way that this is stitched and it's flipping. I'm gonna have to wear a specific bra, but that's fine. You know, nobody's shocked that I'll have to wear a specific bra. I mean, most outfits that you wear, you're like, okay, I know what bra I'm gonna wear with that, at least if you have boobs. Let me put on my shittily made vest so you can really see the full picture. I like it. I like the length. Now that I've done the seams, I feel a lot better about it. But the vest is clearly fugly. This is what I'm talking about. It's giving Xenon the Z-Qual. It's something about the shoulders and the way that it's like cut. It's just like giving outer space. Also, you can tell that one side, when I cut the fabric, was folded and one was not, but we're not gonna talk about that other than how I just mentioned it. We're not gonna bring it up again, okay? If I wanna wear this outside of Halloween, then I probably would go over it again in the stitching just to make it more wearable, at least on the top, because that's where it's the most noticeable of the flipping of the fabric. But I'm honestly really proud of myself because I've literally never made a dress before. It's my first dress. Honestly, I'm so excited for myself. I need to take a celebratory gulp of wine. Wine chugging just hurts. This is what drunk filming does. I literally just didn't even consider that I could put the tripod up to get my head in frame until just now. But anyways, this is me in my little outfit, and tomorrow I'll show you me in my little hat. Hopefully. I'm really nervous, honestly, about the hat. This is the amount of fabric that I have to use for it. This is gonna be fine. I'm gonna see you in the morning, I guess, when I'm sobre. That was the office humor for sober. I'm just gonna go upstairs and show Finley my outfit and finish this wine. And I'm happy I made a dress. Okay, see you tomorrow. Hello, it's the next day now, and I'm resuming this project. I need to make a cardboard base to be able to make Toadette's hat. I measured my head and I measured these little pieces of cardboard, and I'm just like taping it together because I don't have hot glue. And I think I'm just gonna pin the fabric onto this base. Like, I just don't know how necessary it is to sew this. So I have the base of my head here, and then I'm gonna stuff it with polyfill and cover it in fabric. That's the plan. I've been crying for like an hour just because I'm really upset. This video is not working out as planned. I can't make the hat. I can, but I don't know how. And it's really frustrating me. And I keep trying different ways, and it's just taking me like 4 hours. And it took me 6 last night to make all of the other pieces, and I just feel like I'm too far in to stop. It's really stressing me out. I'm only putting this in to be real about the process, because I posted on Instagram being like, my Halloween costume is so ugly and I don't know what to do, and I worked on it for so long, and everybody replied and was like, I'll still watch the video. Like, it makes it more real to know that it didn't turn out how you wanted it to. So yeah. Okay, I think I found the method that actually does it. So all those pink scraps you see, I literally glued those together. This is just all scraps from my dress, and I didn't have enough fabric for just the hat. It was just an oversight completely of not getting enough fabric for this project, but that's okay. That cardboard is cut to my head, and then the polyfill is underneath it, and I'm gonna loop the fabric and tape it on the inside of that. But my computer is full from all of these clips because this is a really long video. I've literally been making this costume for 10 hours, and I'm not kidding about that. And so my computer literally cannot take any more clips, so I'm just gonna show you this and be like, that's what I'm doing. I'm taking each thing, taping it to the inside, kind of pulling it all together and hoping for the best. And hopefully I can show you a final product that works. It worked, it worked, it really worked. Yes! Alas, at 3 p.m. on Halloween day, she finished her Toadette costume. Look at me! Okay, so I did the upper part of the hat last night and showed it to you guys. I just like folded the fabric in and taped it all to that little piece of cardboard, and then I filled it with polyfill, and then I hot glued on really shitty circles, which I'm sure you can see. But the little ones that hang down, I could not for the life of me. I'll show you what I had before. This is when my sewing machine stopped working and I started pinning things closed, and I was trying to make them more bulbous and it just wasn't working with the polyfill. So I said, fuck that. I'm going back to the craft store and getting these little foam balls. So I got a big one and 2 smaller ones. And I think for, you know, a very last minute costume, literally made this 2 days before Halloween. it's pretty freaking cute. So I'm going as Toadette tonight and Finley's going as Toad. This costume took me at least 12 hours, like straight working, crying, rolling around on the floor, trying to figure out what to do. And I'm just really happy with it now. So this is me as Toadette, and I'm wishing you a very happy and safe Halloween. I'm gonna try to upload this before the Halloween gathering we're going to tonight, but we'll see. If you see this on November 1st, no, you didn't. Just pretend it was on Halloween, okay? Oh, also, they're supposed to be knee highs, but they have like big black stripes on them and they just didn't really work, so I rolled them down because I don't really want to cut them, you know? And then I'm just wearing these little brown shoes. Wow, finally. Can't believe I did it. Thank you for watching this very emotional, long, elaborate, so drunk video. I didn't think it would be this difficult to make this costume, but it was, and that's okay. And I did it. Woohoo! Okay, love you. Stay smiling. If you want to see more from me, you can find me on Twitch or on Patreon. Okay, I really have to go edit this. Happy Halloween!